we hope to preserve the grand tradition of the Iowa State Fair. It's just going to take till next year to do that.
Okay, you had a question, sorry.
What are the financial implications of this decision?
Well, they're great because 90% of the income coming into the Iowa State Fair happens in August. We have a lot of off-season events, but it contributes probably about 10%. So we are greatly going to have to reduce our expenses and in carrying forward to next year's fair.
Gary, what kind of decision or what kind of impact did Minnesota and other states canceling their fairs have on your decision here in Iowa?
Well, certainly we were aware of them, and I'm in contact with their CEOs and things like that. But in the end, the board of directors here listened to what my staff had put together in terms of the plan, and listened to those risks and things that we have to look at in order to have a fair, and the decision was made totally based on our information developed either in staff, by surveys, or by the medical professionals right here in Iowa. Certainly we're aware of those things and other fairs and whatnot, but each fair is, even though it's a fair industry, each fair is very individual and very different than the next one. From the makeup, some are total government agencies, some of them are private facilities. We're an instrumentality of the state, which is kind of a blend of both. We get no operating dollars from the state. However, we have received capital improvement funds in the past. Other fairs, totally different scenario in terms of their funding. So there again, as I just reiterate, we're aware of what happened in other states, but it was not an influence one way or another here.
I was just wondering, when you looked at potentially holding the socially distanced fair, would you guys have lost revenue doing that?
Yes. When I said it was close in revenue, what I meant was not having a fair and having a socially distanced fair lost about the same amount of money. To have a fair that broke even, we would have to have triple the number on the survey as what it came back at. So it was not even close to breaking even, but it was close to not having a fair versus having a socially distanced fair.
For you, what's the most, obviously when it hits you emotionally, what is a personal thing, for Gary Slater's opinion, best part of the fair? Best food, best memory?
Oh, two things. My favorite part of the fair is the draft horse show, the 6-horse hitches, and a pork chop on a stick.
The vote was 11-2.
Yes.
So that means it wasn't a unanimous vote. I mean, there were still some holdouts. Talk to me about what kind of these discussions were like with your board members.
There again, risk versus reward, tradition. We can do something. Should we go ahead and do something, even though we know it's not 100%, but we are the Iowa State Fair. We should try to do something versus, let's not damage our brand by offering something that's less than our standards, because we just have to get something out the door, or have to get people in the door. So let's that was probably, as it came down to it, a lot of specific topics and things were discussed over the last 2 months. But I would guess that was it, is that, there are a lot of people out there, and a lot of my friends, a lot of people that I don't know, have been saying, you've got to have the fair. But in their mind, are they thinking, you got to have the fair that I went to last year? That wasn't possible this year. And so should we have a fair that is different than that. I think that was the board member's question, and there were some on both sides.